Welcome in Tashi de Lake. I'm Barbara Montgomery, one of the members of the board of the Chenrezig Tibetan Buddhist Center of Philadelphia. We are a non-sectarian center that is open to all. In a few moments, you will be meeting our spiritual director, Venerable Losang Samten. He's been with us since 1990, and we are following him as he is guiding us on a path of loving kindness and compassion based on the philosophy and teachings of Shakyamuni Buddha and of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Tenzin Gyatso, the 14th Dalai Lama. Philadelphia is 341 years old and was built on a foundation of liberty, justice, and freedom for all. What a perfect setting for what you are about to see, footage that has not been available since 1990, when the University of Pennsylvania and our center invited His Holiness to come for his first visit to Philadelphia. Not only did he speak with such wisdom and compassion to audiences here, he also made a very special trip to the Liberty Bell, which is in front of Independence Hall. Please enjoy what you are about to see.
Exiled religious and temporal leader of Tibet, His Holiness the Dalai Lama comes to Philadelphia and in fact to the state of Pennsylvania for the first time today. It is a pleasure and an honor to have winner of the 1989 Nobel Peace Prize, a man who has worked tirelessly to achieve peace through nonviolent means, here with us today at Independence National Historical Park, site of our nation's struggle for liberty and independence. Without further ado, we welcome Your Holiness to Philadelphia.
You know, it isn't every day that you run into a Dalai Lama walking around in the streets of Philadelphia. And you hear a lot about somebody like that in advance, and it's pretty impressive, if not intimidating. So that you kind of wonder when you have to participate in the events receiving such a personage as to what you're going to find, what's going to happen. I want to tell you that if any of you are frightened or intimidated by all that you have read about His Holiness, I can assure you that he is a marvelously warm, understanding human being. He has a very sharp mind and an extraordinarily clear view of the modern world. And he has an absolutely delicious sense of humor, which strikes from time to time when you're least expecting it. We are very delighted, sir, to have you with us.
It seems, I think, the Tibetan, of course, materially backward, everybody knows. Mentally, I think spiritually, I think quite highly developed. And also it's a Tibetan language. As far as Buddhist philosophy is concerned, Tibetan language is very rich. So it seems, I think, the blessing of external environment and the blessing of some, like this Mazushri, it seems the Tibetan mind, in certain field, I think quite sophisticated, quite I think, advanced. So no matter how much advanced we lost our own country. So that's the situation. That's the situation. We believe Tibetan issue sooner or later will find some, I think, proper way of solution. So therefore, last 31 years, we made every attempt to preserve Tibetan culture. So I very much appreciate some of our friends like you who are taking keen interest about Tibetan culture. So very, very helpful.
This was the same time that 군두기 땅하다 오늘 당는 그 제발을 때 땅한다지 치도 제로 필다가 유대니 주 오늘은 나한테 나오는
Suppose so, at the same time, like if His Holiness is here, then he is some kind of model where it symbolizes the real Tibetan culture and how Tibetan culture can produce a refined human being, but based on a genuine human nature, and that will show a symbol or a sample to greater area which cover Philadelphia and furthermore. So if we show that kind of sample to everyone, then people will attract and to have some kind of inspiration or aspiration to become like that kind of gentle nature, a real genuine human being.
Hello everyone, my name is Losang Samten. I'm spiritual director of Chenrezig Tibetan Buddhist Center in Philadelphia. This is the Independence Hall, and especially 1776, where the people signed for Declaration of Independence. And during His Holiness' visit, 1990, His Holiness sat on this rising sun chair and he prayed for peace, especially prayer which he composed 1960s in India after he left from Tibet. It's called the Prayer of Truth. That day, many of us in this chapel, and we're all so moved, and many we cry.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. But Luju Tembe, and Trongi Dina Lavia, and Lapsum Dina, they are the Kisha, Kochu Dedi, and Shakawochu, and Tajina to Shishu.
Brothers and sisters, it is a great pleasure and also a privilege for me to be with you here today, and also to have this opportunity to speak in this university, in this historic place. And I would like to thank all those who have been involved in organizing this event. This morning, although the weather was not very good, but I've been able to visit some of the historic places, and I was very moved.
The Liberty Bell,
I visited the Independence Hall and also the Liberty Bell, and I felt very moved.
On the Liberty Bell, there's one crack. That also I felt is something significant. I think with human development through evolution, the concept of democracy, freedom is developed. And your nation fully enjoyed that. At the same time, on this planet and certain parts of the world, including my own country, still not yet fully enjoy the liberty. So that's why Liberty Bell still there is some crack. I think time goes. I always believe it's a basic human spirit, it's a human desire. It's a want happiness without suffering. And how to achieve happiness? The freedom, democracy, I think eating. So due to, I think, the deeper awareness, and also I think due to the economic factor and other many factors, I think you see the circumstances forcing on human mind, we have to adopt more wider perspective attitude. In ancient time, there's a community from this and that somehow is managed independently. So no need is others, cooperation. Now today, modern economy is something with a different structure. So, and also the environment, the problem of pollution or ecology is problem. When we tackle these problems beyond the national boundary, we have to handle these problems with sense of universal responsibility. Otherwise, we cannot solve this problem. Therefore, it seems, you see, the situation itself now is telling us we be a more, and work together with, I think, a genuine human spirit. So I'm very, very happy come this place. And in spite, you see, raining, you see, when I'm passing through some places, you see people genuinely sort of showing their deep friendship. So I very much enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Are Tibetan Buddhist teachings and science compatible?
Basically, Buddhist attitude, especially in Mahayana Buddhist attitude, you see, at the beginning, you should remain skeptical. Not just accept at once, not that kind of attitude. Remain skeptical and carry experiment, analytical investigation or meditation. Then once you see the thing become clearer and more convincing, then accept. So that way of approach, naturally you see, quite similar to those of the scientist attitude. Then basically it's Buddhism, I think, some people say Buddhism is not religion, but rather science of mind. I think that statement, some meaning. So Buddhism, from another viewpoint, I think we may say Buddhism is a kind of humanism. Like that.
Is it possible to develop true compassion without being a meditator?
I think so. Usually you say, I'm trying to make separate religious thing and practice of compassion. These two things should be
understood separately.
Now, the reason is this. Religion, sometimes I feel something like luxury. If you have religion, very good. Without religion, we can manage, we can survive. The other thing, compassion, it's a human affection. That is something which is a question of our survival. Without that, we cannot survive. So we can see these differences. In that case, of course, you see, practice or develop compassion, not through religious reason, but rather our day-to-day, I think, basis on day-to-day experience. There is possibility to develop compassion.
What is the current situation in Tibet?
Very sad. Very serious. The most serious point is the Chinese population transfer. That's really serious matter. And then, of course, the human rights violation always happen there. I very much appreciate the major newspapers and medias, you see, very favorably report about Tibetan, you see, because Tibetan situation is a Tibetan issue, although now, you see, 40 years now already passed. So in a way, it's some old issue. So that I very much appreciate. And still, you see, we need the world community's help. because of my part, I try my best to find some kind of understanding with the Chinese government. Now, for example, since Chinese open door policy adopted, that was around 1979. Since then, we have the direct contact with Chinese government. And during this period, from 79 and around 86, you see, during those years, we try to explain Chinese government what is the problem, what's the key problem, what is the real problem, and what's the best method to solve that problem. Then the Chinese government not respond seriously. So then there's no other alternative except turn to world community. And 87, 88, I made 2 proposals in public, made public. Then the Chinese government attitude is shown slightly more, more serious attitude. But then, since last year, again it had changed. So, you know, Buddhist, we have 3 refugees, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Now our case, the 4th refugee, that's the world community.
I'm standing here this is the Congress Hall, where during the Philadelphia was the capital of the United States, and this is the Congress Hall. And during His Holiness the Dalai Lama, when he came to here, he spoke. He was sitting on that chair, and he spoke to the delegation. So important, he spoke about issue of Tibet and freedom, liberty, and also kindness and compassion.
May I give you a little pen with the Liberty Bell on it? Would it be permissible to put it on the road?
Yes. I love this.
In my own style.
This picture of His Holiness the Dalai Lama hanging next to Nelson Mandela at the Liberty Bell Center. It took us to get here almost an hour. It was a tremendous line, and so many students and so many different nationalities who have been coming to see the Liberty Bell, and here is His Holiness a photo. It is remarkable to having His Holiness picture at the Liberty Bell Center. Unfortunately, His Holiness picture cannot be have or shown in his hometown and home country in Tibet. But yet here, more than 5 million people who each year to visit in Liberty Bell can see His Holiness photo.